Hey everyone, and welcome to another deep dive. Today we're going to take a closer look at this roadmap called Podcasting for Career Guidance and Skill Development, a roadmap to success. You know, uh, Figuring out how to really kill it in today's job market and, maybe even discovering a whole new career path along the way.
Sounds exciting.
I thought so too. And you know what I thought was really cool was how much this roadmap emphasized using podcasts for exploring different careers.
Yeah.
Have you ever used podcasts like that?
Oh, yeah, definitely. You can learn so much just by listening.
Right. It's amazing how many different perspectives and insights you can get.
Absolutely. And I think this roadmap comes at a perfect time because a lot of people are feeling lost with how fast the job market is changing.
Yeah, I can see that.
This whole idea of a skills gap that everyone keeps talking about,
Yeah,
this roadmap offers a really practical way to kind of navigate all those changes.
definitely. And speaking of changes, one thing that's popping up everywhere is AI, artificial intelligence. What do you think about how AI is going to impact the job market, especially considering, your own interests and career goals?
Well, AI is totally a game changer, and its influence is only going to get bigger and bigger.
For sure.
And it's not just about tech jobs either.
Right.
Think about how AI could be integrated into your field. Maybe it's analyzing data or automating tasks or even personalizing customer experiences. Learning even the basics of AI could give you a huge advantage in the job market.
Absolutely. And there are so many resources available
Oh,
too.
tons. From free online courses to those intensive boot camps, you can definitely find a learning style that fits you.
Yeah, exactly. And, the roadmap even mentioned platforms like Coursera and Udemy.
Oh, yeah. Those are great.
I've used those myself, actually.
Yeah.
But one thing that really caught my eye was this idea of landing a great job without a college degree.
Really?
Is that even possible these days with how competitive everything is?
It totally is. And the roadmap actually shares a story about a self-taught web developer who built a successful career without a formal degree.
Wow.
It just goes to show that some industries, especially in tech, are prioritizing skills over traditional qualifications.
Interesting.
What really matters is demonstrating your abilities.
So it's more about what you can do than just that piece of paper.
Exactly. And the roadmap also talks about building a strong portfolio.
Yeah, that's something I wanted to ask you about because what does that actually look like in practice? Like, how do you build a portfolio from scratch?
A strong portfolio is basically a showcase of your skills and experience. It's like your personal highlight reel. It could include personal projects, volunteer work, or even contributions to open source projects.
Got it. So it's about showing, not just telling.
Exactly. And in your case, since you mentioned an interest in, mention a specific area based on the listener's provided materials, you could start by suggest a specific project or action relevant to their interests.
That's a really good idea.
There are also online platforms where you can show off your work, like GitHub or Behance.
Awesome. And the roadmap also mentioned building a personal brand. I've always found that term a bit vague, to be honest.
Yeah, it gets thrown around a lot.
What does it really mean, and how can someone cultivate their own personal brand?
Well, in simple terms, your personal brand is how you present yourself professionally to the world. It's about showing off your unique skills,
Yeah.
your values and experiences.
Okay.
You can build your brand through online platforms like LinkedIn by writing articles or blog posts, or even by speaking at industry events.
Right.
The key is to consistently communicate your expertise and your passions.
So it's about being visible and sharing your knowledge.
Exactly.
So we've talked about valuable skills, alternative career paths, and the importance of showcasing your abilities. But the roadmap also gets into something I think is really important.
Yeah.
Finding a career that you're actually passionate about. It even lists some potential paths from technology and finance to creative arts and Islamic banking. What are your thoughts on finding that balance between what you love and what's practical?
Well, it's about finding a path that aligns with your interests, your skills, and the realities of the job market.
That sounds tricky.
I know it sounds like a lot, but it is achievable. The roadmap suggests a framework that I find helpful. First, reflect on what truly motivates you, what are you passionate about,
Okay.
then assess your skills and what you're willing to learn, and finally research the job market to see where those passions and skills intersect with real opportunities.
That's a great framework. It makes a lot of sense.
It's all about finding that sweet spot.
It reminds me of something else the roadmap mentioned, the importance of community.
Oh, yeah.
How can someone build a supportive network in their chosen field?
Building a network is super important, and it doesn't have to be scary. You can start by attending industry events, joining online forums or groups, or even connecting with people on LinkedIn.
I like.
Don't be afraid to reach out and ask for advice or informational interviews. Most people are happy to share their experiences and help others.
Oh, yeah, that's true. So this deep dive has been packed with insights.
You have.
We've explored valuable skills, alternative career paths, and even practical strategies for showcasing your talents and building your network.
Absolutely.
Before we wrap up, I want to leave you with this segment. The roadmap talks about the power of self-learning and continuous development. What's one area within your field that you're excited to explore further, and what steps can you take to make that happen? We've included links to all the resources we discussed in the show notes. Happy exploring.
Thanks for listening.